Let's look at the errors that cannot be detected by the trail balance. So there are very many errors that cannot be detected by the trail balance, in that these errors will be there but still the trail balance will balance. So we have the first one, which is the error of omission. This one occurs when a particular transaction is not recorded at all in the books. So it is not anywhere in the books. It was omitted, either it was forgotten or someone did it intentionally. So the trail balance will still balance because it was omitted. So it cannot be detected. Then errors of commission. This one occurs in case a transaction is posted to a wrong personal account. For example, a credit sale to Peter being debited to Paul's personal account, but the sales account is correctly credited. So here, instead of debiting it to Peter's account, they debited it to Paul's account. So a transaction is posted to a wrong personal account, but then the sales account is credited very well. So this error will not be detected by the trail balance. Yeah. Then another error we have is the error of principal. So this is the error in which a wrong class of account is used. A wrong class of account is used, but the figure that is used is the right figure. So for example, an asset acquisition being debited to the expense account. Yeah, instead of putting it in the asset account, instead of debiting the asset account, they debit the expense account. Or the corresponding cash or bank payment is correctly treated. So they have posted it in a wrong class of account. It's an asset, but they recorded it as an expense. So this error will not be detected by the trail balance. Then the errors of original entry. This occurs in case the original figure is incorrect, but the double entry is well observed using the incorrect figure. Like when they were rating the receipt initially, from the receipt they wrote a wrong figure. So that is the figure of original entry. So it was wrong from the beginning, meaning that figure will be carried on up to the end, so it will not be detected by the trail balance. Then we have the error of complete reversal. Complete reversal is like reversing, it's like changing things. So here correct accounts are used, but entries are made to the wrong sides of accounts. Wrong sides of accounts. Instead of debiting, you credit. Instead of crediting, you debit. So correct accounts are used, but entries are made on the wrong sides of accounts. For example, the correct entry for a credit purchase transaction. When a credit purchase occurs, we are supposed to debit the purchases and then credit the payables account. But then if you reverse this, it will be an error of complete reversal. If you credit the purchases and then debit the payables account, it will be an error of complete reversal. You've used the correct accounts, but you've put the figures on the entries are made on the wrong sides of the accounts. Instead of debiting the account that you're supposed to debit, you credit it instead. Then we have the compensating errors. So here, equal and opposite to one another to the extent that they cancel each other. So this one happens when there is unequal and opposite error, like you understate expenses maybe by 20,000, and then at the same time you overstate assets by 20,000. So you've made two errors, but they have compensated each other. One was understated and then another one was overstated. So meaning they'll cancel each other, that they are opposite and they'll cancel each other. So equal and opposite one another to the extent that they cancel each other. Then we have the transposition errors. Here, digits in a figure are interchanged. For example, if the transaction is 145,000, that's the figure, then instead you write 154,000, like that. So that is the transposition error. Digits in a figure are interchanged. So these are the errors that cannot be detected by the trail balance, and these errors are only corrected by applying the principle of double entry, and we do not post them in the suspense accounts. We only post in the suspense accounts the errors that can be detected by the trail balance. Thanks for watching. Do not forget to subscribe, like, comment, share with your friends, and in the next video we shall be having an example on suspense accounts.